Welcome back to Self Love Ignited. Today we are talking about morning routines. Do you need one? Should you have one? If so, what should it look like? How is a routine going to help you? Let's talk about all of it. I want to make this really simple, really easy, practical, and impactful for you. My name is Katie Allen, and this is Self Love Ignited. Let's get to it. Let's talk morning routines. What do morning routines have to do with self-love? We will get to that, I promise. I promise. But this conversation about having a morning routine is a really important one. I think that we have all heard the advice that you should get up at the same time every day and you should be doing this, and you should be journaling and you should be meditating and you should be. But we also all know that shoulding yourself is not really the healthiest thing, right? And just because you've heard the advice doesn't mean that you have done anything with it. So the question is, do I really need a morning routine? And my answer is yes, but it doesn't have to look like what you think. We are going to make this work for you. I like to think of my morning routine as my daily alignment practice. The thing that I do every day that helps me step into alignment with living the life that I want to live and just genuinely being who I want to be. There are so many scientific studies that have been done that show that how you start your day really does set the tone for the rest of your day. So the energy that you're feeling, all the feelings that are coming up, all of that at the beginning of the day is going to carry through. There's also studies that have been done that show that when you have a morning routine, you are generally more productive, you have a higher energy, you tend to reach your goals sooner, right? You reach your goals faster, you're more in control, you're more motivated. There are so many benefits. But think about it as in just you're tuning into yourself. This is not doing something that somebody else said. It's about tuning in, being aware of who you are, where you are, what you desire, and intentionally stepping towards that, all while working with the realities of your day-to-day life, right? Yes, it would be wonderful if everybody had 2 hours in the morning and you could do a million things and it was quiet and it was peaceful and it was perfect. And you know what? Once in a blue moon, that might happen. And other days you were going to have 5 minutes and you're going to just need to do something. Remember, this is something that you get to do. It's not something that you have to do. Nobody is going to force you to do this. But if you are on the path of creating your most supported life, your best life, if you want to feel at peace within yourself, if you want to feel like you are being really proactive about the life that you are living, that life is not dictating to you what's happening, but that you are in control of what is happening in your world and what you're experiencing, a morning routine is going to be a huge tool for you. Now, this doesn't, like I said before, this doesn't have to be like a 2 hour massive thing. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it can be, but it doesn't have to be. The intention of our daily alignment practice is getting into alignment with who we are, the life that we want to live, and who we want to be, and just doing that every single day. It is an act of love. It helps you redefine your relationship with yourself, your ambitions, your dreams, your goals, and ultimately your experience every single day of this life. So, what can your morning routine look like? Now, you can jump on Google and there are a million and one suggestions, right? Or even like Pinterest. Like there are so many things out there. And everybody has their own magic combination. There are books that have been written, there is an endless supply of information. So I don't just want to like barrage you with information. What I really want to do is encourage you to explore, to try new things, and to find the things that feel good to you. And remember, this gets to be simple, right? We are not on some like adventure of finding the 100 things that feel good to you. No. No, this can just be a few things, and then we get to mix and match. So some suggestions, these are things that I personally mix and match in my own morning routine. And they are things that I encourage my clients to mix and match in their morning routines as well. So some suggestions include meditation. Now, there are countless studies that show the benefits of meditation, reducing stress, increasing well-being, increasing your physical health, making your sleep better. Um, it's one of the simplest and most profound things that you can do for yourself. Now, meditation can be listening to, one guided meditation. It can be sitting in silence or lying in bed in silence first thing in the morning before you get out of bed. It can be chanting for an hour, right? Meditation can look like lots of different things, but it is about being quiet, quieting your mind, and being with yourself. That is what meditation is about, quieting your mind and being instead of doing. There's also things like walking meditation, right? Like there's activities that can be quite meditative, but meditation is a huge one that I do almost every day, and I highly recommend. Another one is music and dancing. Oh my goodness, I don't think that this is talked about enough. The power of a good song, something that just lights you up. It just like, I don't know, personally for me, when I have a really good song come on with like a good beat, my body moves and I sort of can't even help myself. It is one of the fastest and easiest ways for me personally to get into a good mood. If I'm in a funk, if I'm feeling down, if I am low energy, putting on a really good song and just dancing to it for, whatever the length of a song, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, complete game changer. Movement. So dancing is obviously one form of movement, but there's lots of different kinds of movement. So personally, I love doing yoga. Yoga lights me up, and it's something I've been doing for many, many years. Maybe it does for you too, maybe not. Maybe your thing is going for a run, going for a walk, hiking, swimming, sitting on the floor and stretching for 2 minutes, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but moving your body in some way, stretching your muscles, getting your blood flowing, right? Get your heart rate up a little bit. All of these things are a wonderful thing to incorporate into your morning routines. Nutrition. Look at what you are putting in your body first thing in the morning. When we first wake up, we are dehydrated. We have gone an entire night, usually for most of us, we've gone an entire night without consuming anything. Now, our bodies are fine without food for that amount of time, but we wake up dehydrated. We need water. And if you are not drinking water and the first thing you're doing is either eating or putting coffee into it, which is actually dehydrating, you're not doing yourself any favors. And it's also going to, if you're having coffee first thing, it's what's the word? Activating your nervous system, your fight or flight, right? There's the caffeine in it. That's why a lot of people drink it. Coffee is delicious, don't get me wrong, but having that be the first experience of the day, going from being peacefully asleep to being like turned on, that is not setting a beautiful, peaceful tone within yourself. So drink some water. If you want to get fancy, some warm water with lemon is gorgeous. Otherwise, just a glass of tap water will do you fine, right? But hydrate. Choose what you put in your body. For me, one of the things that I love doing in the morning, more in the summer than in the winter, is having a smoothie, having a green smoothie. Love it. It feels good for me. It energizes me. It makes me feel alive and light and like ready to take on the day. It puts me in a good mood. So what you put in your body is definitely part of your morning routine. Some sort of reflection. Now, whether that be just sitting and reflecting within yourself, whether that be journaling, setting intentions, whatever it happens to be, but some sort of reflective practice is going to completely change things. And again, this could be, a gratitude practice. 2 things that you're grateful for, write them down and you're on your way. It could be a reflection on what happened the day before. It could be an intention of what you want to call in that day. Any of these things, some sort of reflection, right? Writing is powerful. If you can write, do it. Now, My morning routine is a combination, a mix and match of all of these things. Some mornings, now as of recording this, I do have a part-time job outside of this. I actually work for a little organic farm. There are some mornings that I literally am waking up at 2:30 in the morning and I'm out the door just after 3 a.m. You better believe those days I'm not doing very much of this, right? Those days it's waking up, but one thing that I do is I wake up and I turn my light on and I take a few deep breaths and I just notice what it's like to be alive in my body. And then I start. And for me, sometimes that day, that is the alignment practice. And that's okay. And then other days, I have an hour and a half and I do a beautiful yoga practice and I'll take my dog for a walk and I meditate and I have a smoothie and I do all of these things, right? There is no right or wrong. But I know that how I start my day dictates how the rest of my day will go. And I don't know about you, but I have some goals in life. I have some big dreams. I'm going places. And I'm not going to get there if I'm not intentional about it. And having a morning routine is a really easy, really simple way every single day to nudge your way closer to that goal. Right? If one of your goals is that you want to run a marathon, start doing this. If you want to be healthier, start doing this. If you're building a business, start doing this, right? Any goal that you have, this is going to support it. Now, it does not have to be the same thing each day, right? And the other thing that I want to add as well is if you are just not a morning person, like I am a morning person. So I quite enjoy doing a morning routine most days. If you are just not a morning person, I would encourage you still have some sort of morning routine. Maybe it's a 5-minute check-in, a little meditation, a little something. You can also have an evening routine, right? Maybe you would rather sit and journal and reflect on the day every evening. Maybe you want to have a nice cup of tea and do a face mask and like put on some amazing music and meditate. And you love doing that in the evening, but doing it in the morning just feels like pulling teeth. Don't do it. Make this work for you, right? Maybe it is into every morning when you wake up, you set an intention. Today, I'm going to show up with integrity. Today, I show up with love. My intention today is to bring all of me to the table, to make others feel compassion, to be kind. If you did nothing else but set an intention first thing in the morning, game changer. But I really want you to make this work for you. Having a morning routine, like I said at the beginning, this is not something that you have to do. It's something that you get to do. And it is something that is going to propel you forward. But we want to make this work for you. So I've given you a whole bunch of suggestions in this episode that you can mix and match. And I want to encourage you, find your own things as well. Find your own things. If you're like, I love all of those things, but I also really love being creative first thing. I want to wake up and I want to get a canvas and my paints and I want to paint every single morning. By all means, make that part of your morning routine. If you want to walk your dog, if you want to swim in the ocean, if you want to talk with your loved ones, first thing every day, and that is what is going to help you set the tone for your day, do it, right? Do it. Make it work for you. So I want to encourage you after listening to this episode, I want to encourage you to just pick one thing to add to your morning. One thing that you want to do that you haven't been doing that you think is going to help you and support you. Start with one. If you're anything like me, it is really easy to just jump all in and just say, I'm going to do all 10 of these things every single day. And then maybe you don't do it because real life happens. And then you've fallen off the wagon. And then you're just like, well, it is what it is. I guess morning routines aren't for me. Does that sound familiar? I've done that many times in my life. So I want to encourage you, start with one thing. Maybe it is literally waking up and having a big warm glass of lemon water every day. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's your starting point. And once that feels easy and that feels good, you can go, what else might feel good? Get curious, ask a question. What else might feel good? What else might help propel me forward? And then we can mix and match and we can layer, right? But start easy. So I want to encourage you to choose one thing that is going to support you, that is going to help you live more intentionally, that is going to help you support your relationship with self, support your dreams, support your goals, and tell me what it is. Reach out to me via email. My email is in the show notes. Reach out to me via DM on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm Katie Allen Coaching on both. Let me know, what is the one thing that you are going to start incorporating into your mornings that is going to support you living your best life. This is an act of love. It is an act of kindness. This is something that you get to give to yourself. You are privileged to be in this place where it is even an option. So remember, make it easy, make it practical, choose one thing to start with. Let me know what it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening or watching. I really appreciate your time, your energy. I'm so grateful to you. Here is to you loving all that you are. Mwah. I will see you next time.